Morning, everyone. Welcome to our third class of AppTrack. Today, we are going to learn how to build a model-driven app. And let's kick off our class. So before I start, so if you have any questions at any moment, please feel free to come out of mute and make your questions or put in the chat. Don't be shy. Let's make this session engaged as possible. Okay, so let me start our class. Just a recap from last week. So we are deep diving here in few components of Power Platform. So last class we learned about Dataverse and how it's so important to use Dataverse as a foundation of your apps, and how powerful and how many advantages we have by using Dataverse. So we create tables, we create columns and relationships. And today we are going to explore this component here, Power Apps. So under the Power Apps, we have two types of apps that we are going to cover in the app development track. So we have model-driven app, which we are going to learn today. And next class, we are going to learn about Canvas app. So these are the two apps under the Power Apps component. And as I said, when you use one component, you can integrate with any other components here. So your apps can use Power Automate, can use agents, you can have Power Pages with Power Apps, with Power BI. So it's all connected for you to use as out-of-the-box integration. And let's learn more about model-driven app, why we use Power Apps, and for what purpose is it. So let me start by saying that model-driven app is a Dataverse data-driven app, meaning that you cannot use, you cannot build a model-driven app using a different source than Dataverse. You only can use data as a database, the Dataverse, so you cannot have any other. Like for Canvas, you're gonna learn next class that you can use SharePoint, you can use SQL servers, you have you can connect to any data source. But for model-driven app, keep in your mind that you need the Dataverse. And for the model-driven app, it is focused on back office and process focused. So let's say that your company has a HR process and you receive applications from external people, and you have a huge process to manage. Let's say you receive an application, you have to review, you have to approve. So you have a process to follow. You have a back office that you need to have users working in the background. So in this case, we use model-driven app. Model-driven app is responsive, and there is a consistent UI. So it's all out of the box for you. You don't have to worry with the responsiveness. This is out of the box. We are going to see, we are going to create an app, and you see how this works. User personalization. So each user can personalize the app as they wish. So meaning that they can have like the data formats that they want. They can have different time zones. They can have their own views. They can create. So they have some personalizations that they can do. We have user tooling out of the box. So users can export, import using Excel. So there's some user tooling available. We can customize existing apps. Important thing here, data relationship navigation. So as we saw here in the first point, is data driven. So, and here we are saying data relationship navigation. So it's all about the data. It's all about how you structure your dataverse is how we are going to see our app. So that's why the last class was very important to understand the foundation, the tables, columns, because this is how the app will be based on the data that you model on your dataverse. And works only with internal users inside the tenant. So meaning that once you build your app, you cannot share this app with external users. Only users in your environment, in your tenant, can use this app, and also only use users that have license assigned. So this is a base license app. Okay, moving forward. So here we're going to have a look on components of a data model-driven app. So first column here, we cover last class. It's the data is the foundation. So once you have access to your dataverse, we can build tables, columns, relationships, and choices. And today, for the user interface of the app, we are going to learn how to be the app, what is sitemap, forms, and views. So we are going to cover this today. And expanding a little bit on the model-driven app, we can have some logics. So we can have business process flow. Business process flow is like a guidance from the user, so we can have steps, and users can navigate through stages. So you have a big process, and you want to have something to guide your user how to work in that process, so you can create business process flow. We have business rule. Business rule, it is a low-code interface that you can drag and drop rules. So let's say that you have a condition, and if this condition is met, you want to hide a field, or you want to show an alert to the user. You have some options using business rule. Flows, you also can use flows in your model-driven app. So let's say that an application was created, you want to do something, you want to send an email, or you want to create more records based in another record. So you have some triggers, but don't worry, we are going to have a class dedicated to flows. Also, we can use visualizations in model-driven apps. So you can build charts, you can build dashboards, and you also can embed a Power BI report or dashboard. So let's say that you already have some reports, some Power BIs built, and you want to bring this to your app to facilitate users to access the report. So you also can embed in model-driven app. Okay, so but bear in mind that the users, to access the Power BI, they also need the Power BI licensing. When you embed, you are not leveraging the Power BI. You are leveraging, but the user had to have the Power BI license. Is a different type of license. Any questions so far? We are going to learn together how to create an app, so don't worry. You're going to see everything in a second. So here we have anatomy of a model-driven app. So just to clarify some of the components that we have on model-driven app. Okay, so number one here on the top, we have navigation bar. On the left-hand side here, we have the navigation menu. Number three, here we have a command bar. So this is all built for you. So once we start creating our app, you see how this works, but this is all out of the box. And number four is the canvas. So here in the canvas is where we are going to add our forms, our dashboards, our views. So it's like a canvas. So you can drag and drop whenever you need. And this is how a model-driven app is presented. So how it looks like. Moving forward, so here just want to let you know that you can customize your model-driven app. You can change the appearance. This is not a customizable as Canvas app. It is more out-of-the-box customizations that are available, but you also can use external controls. You can use custom controls. So customizing column controls can significantly improve the user experience, especially when using the mobile interface and provide immediate visual reference. So as you can see here, we have this rating component, this unit, this type of control signature. So you can have custom components to customize and change the appearance of your model-driven app. And also you can use controls from PCF Gallery. So after the class, you can access this PCF Gallery. So this is external components, free components that you can install in your environment. You can use in our model-driven app. It's just a way to customize and to use nice control. So there's many interesting things that can help the users to navigate the model-driven app. Okay, so without any further ado, let's put the hands on and start creating our app. Okay. So today we are going to create a app to manage the attendance of the class. So instead of having a form, we are going to build an app with a process that back office users can manage, the professors, the mentors can manage the attendance of the class. Just a recap, we are going to use our solution, the solution that we learned in the last class. As I said last class, solution is like a box. It's a container where you put the components that you are working, the components that are part of your app. And last class, we created 3 tables. We created mentor, we create class, and we created student. So we are going to use these 3 tables here to manage our attendance. We are going to use these tables in our app. And then here, let me expand this table here and show to you what is created as part of a table. So once you create a table, some things are created automatically for you as columns. So we learned this last class, we created columns. We can create relationships, some keys. Keys is just to, if you need a custom key, like 2 columns key, is just a way to customize your table. Forms, so we are going to see how to use our forms in our app, so we can drag and drop the columns that we created. Form is how the users visualize the columns. So my screen is frozen, someone said, Martha. Anyone having the same problem? or is just Marta?
Same here. Your screen is no motion.
Okay, let me just stop sharing and share again. And if you are still having the same problem, Marta, uh, okay, change. Ah, okay, it's frozen. Okay, let me share again. Sorry. Okay, let me share again. Okay, can you see now the solution, the Power Apps environment?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
yes.
You see now.
Okay, okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know, Marta. So apologies. We'll start again. Okay, so as I mentioned here, we are going to use the same solution that we used last class, App Dev Text Styler. So, and then to create our apps, we always going to use this URL here, makepowerapps.com. So this is our studio, our design studio. So anything that you want to create, start from here. And then here we have the environments. Make sure you are in the right environment. And then here, last class, we created this solution. In this solution, we create these three tables here, right? And I was saying that once you create a table, some things are created automatically for you. This structure here. So under a table, you have columns, you have relationships, you have keys, you have forms. So today we are going to learn how to use a form in our app. We are going to drag and drop columns into a form. We are going to use views. So views, it is how we list records. And here we are not going to learn about charts and dashboards, but this is it's just some visualization components that we can have. Business rules and command is just about logic. So you can have a look later on the learning path of Microsoft. It is very cool how business rules work and dashboards. Um, okay, so and today we are going to learn how to create an app. Okay, so I'm going to click New App, and then here we have two options. So Canvas app, is next class, and today. Okay, perfect, Catherine. Good that you can see the screen now. Yeah, so app, Canvas app, model-driven app. We also can create a page, but this is separately. We are going to learn today model-driven app. Okay, I'm going to give a name to our app. How you say manage class attendance. This is going to be our app name. I will hit create. So the cool thing about model-driven app and also Canvas app, it is a low-code platform, meaning that you don't need to expending many hours to develop app. As this is a low-code platform, many things are created automatically for you, and you simply just by drag and drop, you can easily create an app. So that's why Power Platform is so powerful. You can save your time to create a process. Okay, so once we create our app, we can start drag and drop the things that you want. So here on the left-hand side, this is the structure. This is how we see our app. So pages, data, and automations. So here on the top, we can add a page. There is some settings here as well. Navigation. So just some settings here. Nothing that we need to worry about. The app is ready. I'm going to add a new page. So new page meaning that I need to select one of these type of pages. So data verse table, a dashboard table, or a custom page. If I have a HTML or a external page hosted somewhere else, I can bring this page to my app. A web resource or a navigation link. This is also a way to customize your app using external things. The most used is Dataverse table. So this is how we are going to bring our data to our app. So I'm going to use Dataverse table. I'm going to bring here the mentors that we created. So let me add mentors. Let me add also students. Start student. Showing the navigation, and our third table were class. Text starter class. So once you added the tables, you see that a navigation is created for you, and this is created automatically for you. So here, you, as part of the navigation, you can create groups, and this is the way that users are going to navigate the app. So let me change this group. This is just how you group the buttons here, the navigation. So let me add a name to this group. Let's say here, attendance. Now we have a cool name. As you can see, as I drag and drop the tables, here in the middle is our canvas. So this is the main area. So this is how the user are going to see the app. So as you drag and drop, you see how the style of the app is changing. So here I changed the name of this group to attendance, but you also can create different groups here. So let's say that I want to create a new group. Here you see in the app that a new group will be created. So let's say this group we'll call mentors, and you want to have the mentors. I want to put the mentors here. I can do the move down. Let me see. Yeah, okay, you see, now I created another group here, and we have mentors. Okay, let's say that I want a new group called students. This is just a way to organize your app. We move down, students, down. Okay. So this is the navigation. So this is how the users are going to navigate the app. Okay. Yeah, so once we drag and drop, as I said, we have views and forms. So every table has a view and has forms. So this is the way that you can personalize your table, your columns, for the way that you want to show in your app. There's a question in the chat from Eunice. Is it compulsory to add a description to it? No, it is not. So you add as you need. So do you mean this description here? No, it is not. It is not mandatory, but you always need one group. I create 2 extra groups here just to show you how we can manage the navigation, but you can have everything under one group and put just one name. So our name is Mandatory. Out of the box, it comes out as new group. So it's just a nice way to change, to show for the users. Okay, so let's, so as you can see here, we have active Textiler classes. So this is a view. This is just a way that we list our records. So let me here edit this view. So let's put more columns into this view. So for now, we just have name. So let me show you how we customize a view. So there's a button here, edit view. Save and continue. So there's two ways. You can customize a view from the solution, or you can customize through the app. This is the same thing. We are doing this customization on the solution. So everything that you do will be in the solution. So don't worry. Okay, so here we have our view designer. So here we can drag and drop the column. So once you created a new column, you can bring this column to a view. Okay, let me drag and drop this class track. And also I want to show also the date and time. So you can drag and drop the column. So I don't want this created on column. So I click here and I remove. This is not removing the column. This is just the column, just removing the column on the view. Okay. So now I have the view, the columns that I wanted in this view. And also as part of the view, we can sort, we can change the way that is sorting. So let's say that you want this view to be sorted by date and time field instead of the name. So let's say sorted by this, and I want to bring newer to older or older to newer. Let's keep newer to older. So this is just the way that we sort the records. And also we have filters. So we can have conditions to show specific views. We show a specific record. So let's say that you have a condition. So you only want to show classes that are active in the system. So we can click here, edit filter. So as you can see here, we already have this filter off the box. But let's say that I want to add an extra filter. I'm going to add a row. Let's say that in this view, I just want to show class track equal to app dev. So this is going to filter my records, and every time that someone uses this view, they are only going to see app dev. Or let's say that I want also the app dev in Azure, so I can have different conditions as I wish. So you can also add related tables. So you can, like, based on the data that you model, you can have the condition that you need. So let's say that you want only, let me remove this. You want to show only inactive. So you can also come here to show only inactive. So you can create many views to facilitate users to navigate. So let's say you have a HR process that you want a view that only shows applications that needs to be reviewed, and you have a status that calls reviewed, needs to be reviewed, pending review. You can status equals pending review. So you can play with the conditions that you want to show for the views. And also one app can have many views, so you can bring many views that you want into your app. Okay. Okay, let me save and publish this view. it possible to increase the resolution? Let me see if I can. Is that better, Catherine? I increase a little bit the font. Okay, perfect. Thank you for a reminder. Okay, saving publish. So everything that you do, any type of customization, you always need to publish. So be aware of if you did any changes that is not showing. Maybe you forgot to publish. So pay attention to always publish things that you did. Okay, now I'm going to come back to our app studio. Okay, so as you can see here, we already can see the new columns. So this is the main page of app. So now let's change the class form. So class form is where the users are going to create records and read records. So let's bring some columns here. So it is a drag and drop experience as well. So we can drag and drop columns to our form. So I'm drag and drop here some columns. Okay, so this is our form designer. Here, let me just navigate to some things that we can do. So here, components. We have some components that we can add to our forms. So tabs. Tab is this just here, as you can see, tab. Let me create one tab to show you. Okay, so this is a new tab. And this is a section. So we can have many sessions as we want. This is, again, it's just a way to organize the details into your app. So a column can have more than one form. So you can create as many forms that you need. So if you have 3 or 4 apps using the same table and you need a specific information to be shown in this form, so you can organize the form as you wish. So let me say that this form we'll call status. And I have a section. I will hide the label of the session, but I want the status be here. Is status, the status. Then I just need to drag and drop. And here I want to change this type name to class. And let's say, for example, create a new section here for the date. So you can create date. And then my date will be here. So this is just to show you how you can organize your form. So let's say that I want this column. Let's say that you want this section to be a 2-column section. So I come here and increase to 2 columns. So now I can put fields beside of this, the session, 2 columns. I should be able, I don't know why it's not working, but I should be able to put 2 columns. This is the tab. Okay, I need to change also the tab to be 2 columns. So, okay, it created the second. Okay. Apologies. Yeah, so here I have a tab with 2 columns. So we can have 2 sections, one beside of each other. And, okay, I don't know. It's not letting me to add, but you can style your app as you wish. So you can have as many sections as you need. So Let me come back these to one column. A bit messy. Okay, let's keep one column, and I want to delete. Yeah, just moving forward. So here we have the components. So the tabs and section is just a way for you to organize your form. Quick view. The quick view is just how you can bring some fields from a different table to show here, but it always depends on the data model that you did. So you can use quick view. Subgrid. So also here, subgrid is how you show relationships. Remember that we create some relationship for our tables, and this app is to manage the attendance of the students. Okay, so on the class, here we have class track, we have date and time of the class, and we have name of the class, and then we need to add the students to this class. So the users that are here today needs to be added. I want to add my users in the app, so I'm going to create a subgrid. So subgrid is how we show related records, and this is based on my data model. So I'm going to add a subgrid. And I want to show related records. And here I'm going to add students, my students to this class. So here you are going to see that this is going to create like a table here below that we are going to add our students. I can give a nice name to this subgrid, students. And in this way, I can add the students here. But when we are going to play this app, this will make sense for you. But yeah, subgrid, it's how we add a table, like a related table. Moving forward, what else we have here? We have a subgrid. We have a timeline. So timeline is if I had it, I don't know if I have a timeline here. Yeah, timeline, it is when you have activities table. So activities is like it has notes, it has posts, it has like, if you have like a to-do list, you can use the timeline to show in a better way the activities, like you can track. So if you, for example, this class, we have some tasks related to this class, and we want to use the activity, so you can use the timeline. But this is just a component that you can style your form. Spacer, you just put a space. It's literally means a space. You put a space between here the form, so it's just a style. Yeah, I think that's it. Calendar, Canvas app. So this is how you can customize your form. So if you want to have a Canvas app embedded in your model-driven app, you can put an external website here. You can add another form, HTML, image. So yeah, there's many possibilities for you to customize your form. And here again, just Power BI, AI Builder, media. So you have many things to add, like star rating. If you have something that users need to rating this class. So let's say all of you have access to this app and you want to give a rate. You want, maybe the users need to sign. You can add different components into this form to personalize, to customize the form. Okay, but for today, let's keep simple. After, when you have access to your environment, you can play around, you can try to use these components here. But for today, let's keep simple. So our class, so for today, let's just add name. Our class will have name, we have a class track, date and time, date students. I'm going to save and publish. Okay, save and publish. Now let me come back to my app. Okay, so we did the view for student, we did the farm for student. Let's change the view for students here. I'm going to customize this view because I want to show more columns related to these students. Okay, name, I want to show a male. I want to show the date of birth, and I want to show the class that this user are. Also, I want to remove this column, so you can give size for the columns. It's simple, just drag and drop here. You can give the right length. We have some options here as well to personalize this column, but basically it's just here is just the width, the widget, the length, so you can put the length you want, but it's the same thing as drag and drop here. Okay. Okay, I don't need any filter because I already have the filter here. I'm only showing students that are active in the system. So if I inactivate a student, it will be filtered out from this view. We can test this later on. Yeah, okay, for this view, I'm okay. I have the columns that I wanted. Let me save and publish this view as well. Okay, students farm. We need to add the columns that we want to show as well. And the students, so name, date of birth, email, and class. So are the columns that I want in the student. I'm going also to add the status here. Okay, save and publish. Okay, before we go to use the app, let's just change the mentor. I think the mentor is just the name of the mentor, I believe. The mentors. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We just need the name of the mentor. And this is the owner of the record. So let's say we want to hide. We also can hide fields and show, so you can have some logic to hide and show fields. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can have some business rule. But let me just simply hide this field. I don't need the owner of the record for now. I just want to log the name of the mentor, then save and publish. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So we change our navigation, we change our views, we change our forms. I think we are good to go. So let me publish this app. So once I publish, all the changes that I did in my farm will be available to the other users. So if we have more users using the app, so once you publish, and the users access the app, they are able to see the changes. Okay, then I'm going to play. So this is how the model-driven app is. So here is the navigation, and here is the canvas. So everything that I drag and drop here will be here in the middle. Here is the ribbon command bar. So we have some out of the box that by default is created for you. So we have some capabilities here. So here I have one class, okay, but I can add it, I can activate, I can deactivate, I can delete. So the ribbon here is just some actions that you can do within this context. If I select here, so let me delete this one, and we are going to create one from scratch. So for now, this view, we don't have any records showing because we don't have any class, and today we are going to create our class. But as I mentioned here, you can have many views that you want in your app. So this view show the active classes. This view can show the inactive records. So we can have different filters, as many views as you want. So each view can have a different filter. And then let's create our class. So as you saw, I drag and drop these three fields. So let's say this app is for manage the attendance, right? Then let's say I want to create a new class. Today is model-driven app class. The class track is app dev. Date and time is today. It started at 10. So this is our class. So I'm going to save. And once I save, I can add students to this class. Okay, so this is all based on in your data model. I created this table called Textilers class, and then I created students table, and I have a relationship between class and student. So one class can have many students. Before adding existing Textiler, I would first create some students. Here, let me deactivate these students here. These students are inactive. If I go to inactive students, you see now I can see I have 2 students inactive. So this is the way that we use the filter. So this view use status equal inactive. This view here use active status. So let me create some students here. Okay, let's say I want to create Eunice. She's here today. Let's say her birthday is today. Email, say email.com, and she's no, sorry, this is, I didn't mean to add it as well. It should be I have the wrong thing here. So I meant to create the choice here instead of the class, but let's just say, please ignore this field. We are not going to use here. I can remove later on from the form, but let me create some students here, some students, and then we are going to add. Now we have some students created, and let's say that you want to add the students to this class. So then I can come and pick the students that are here today. So once you have the students in the table, you can relate the records as we design this. So Celestina is here today, so I can add her into the table, adding existing Emmanuel and Denise. They are also in the class today. So that is how we add related. So as we design like this, as one class can have many students, so this is the way that we can relate the records as well. Okay, so we saw in this class how to use a farm. So this is a farm, how we drag and drop the columns, how we use subgrids to the related tables. We also see here how to use the views, how you can filter the views, and here the ribbon buttons. Do you have any questions for now? I'm just showing the main components of a model-driven app. Okay, so, okay. Yes, Martha, please, you can make your question, please.
Hi, Carolina.
Hi.
So when you deactivate when you deactivate the line items, does it get deleted or moves to inactive status, or like how does it play out in the backend?
Yeah, it is just because the status is a choice. Like we can have the way that is designed. We have always two status. We have active status and we have inactive. This is totally different from deleting. We are just changing the status. But if I, for example, here, inactive. So these students are inactive. I can delete. If I delete, I complete erase from the, you are not going to be able to see any view is deleted. But here I'm just inactivating. So I'm just changing the status. If you want to activate this student, you simply activate. And this, basically inactive is just changing our status. It's a column in the background, and we are just setting depending on as you wish. Let's say this student is now attending the class, and I want to inactivate until he comes back to attend the class. So I can just play around with the status. Then you show here in the okay, it's just simply change the status. I'm not deleting. I also can delete. Let's say that this student is not coming anymore to the class and I want to delete forever. I can delete, but in this case, it's just simply changing my status.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But when you delete it, like in the table, in the solution, does it get deleted, or it will be stored as like, yeah, it will be stored in it.
Yeah, no, it will be deleted forever. So you cannot browse this student anymore. It will be deleted, actually delete. So it gets deleted from the table. So the table will be there. We are not deleting the table. We are just deleting the record from the table. It's just one line from the table.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so no problem. So this is the main components of a model-driven app. So we usually use a model-driven app to design process. So today we design a process of adding students to a class, but usually in the companies, in real scenarios, you have a big process, a process that you need to create many records. You need like to review. You have many tabs. You have many tables shown here. So you usually model-driven app is used for process. So big process that you have heavily data related to the process. Here today we are going basic, but in real scenario usually we have so much more data into an app. Okay, then now let me come back let me close this app for a second and let me go back to the solution. So now the solution that we created, you see that now we have one app in this solution. And then I'm in dev environment here. But let's say that I want to push, I want to get this app and move to a production environment. So I'm happy with this app. I've finished my development and I want to move this app to production. So all I need to do is come back here to my solution. I select the solution, then I click here, export solution. Once I click export solution, and I can put next. So this is, I have two options here. Just a recap, we learned this in last class, but we can have two types of export. Manage means that the solution will be closed. Once I publish to production, no one will be able to change anything in this app. This app will be locked for design. If I export as unmanaged, it means that the container will be open, the app will be available for changing. So I'm letting other users to change this app. But it is always recommended when you are going to production, it's always recommended to export as a managed, just for security. And then once I click export, this solution will be ready for us to be downloaded and to import into a different environment. And then here, let me navigate to apps and show here, show how to share an app. Okay, so I did this app. So let's say that now I want to share this app to the other mentors. I want to everyone, all mentors of Textilers, to use this app to manage the attendance. So now, because for now, I create this app, only me will have access. So I need to share with others. So here, I can click share. And here I can share with others. So if the mentors are here, I can, let's say Isabella is a mentor. This admin is also a mentor. So I want to share with people. I need to say Isabella. Now I can share the app with Isabella. Yeah, sharing model-driven apps success. So now Isabella can access. If I have the others mentors here in this environment, I don't have any other mentor here, but if I have, I can share with anyone that have access to this environment. As I mentioned, model-driven app is based on licensing, and users with license will be able to access and see this app. Any questions? So once a user have access, it will show here shared with me, and then all the apps that someone share with you, you'll be able to see here, and you'll be able to play. Yeah, this is our app to manage the attendance of the class. Questions? Did you like model-driven app? It is not many customizable. It is more data-driven. Model-driven is data-driven. This is for processes. Next class, you are going to learn Canvas app. This is different from model-driven app. Canvas app is focused on tasks. So we usually in Canvas app, we don't use many data as we use here in model-driven app. It's less data and is focused in tasks. And model-driven app is heavily data focused in processes. Yeah, please, and this you can make your question.
Thank you so much for the session. So, I just wanted to ask generally when you work on Power Apps, that's creating model-driven apps, is it usually using the Dataverse? Because I know when I was going through the Microsoft Learn, they put an Excel template to use, and I got stuck. So I just wanted to just know in real life, like most of the times in work, at work, is it mostly Dataverse? So I can just probably just prioritize that more than using the Excel format.
Yeah, so Excel, for the model-driven app, you cannot use Excel. But for Canvas, you can create a Canvas app that gets your data from Excel. But for the model-driven app, no, we only can use the tables that we have in Dataverse.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, so next class, you have a different mentor that will come in to explore the Canvas. But yeah, Canvas, you can connect to Excel, to SharePoint, to SQL Server, so you can connect to any data source as you wish.